Dear students, I am going to teach class 10 biology, chapter 3, absorption by roots. Now the syllabus is given here. 1 number, substances absorbed by the roots. That means what things are absorbed by the roots. You know that water and minerals are absorbed. Plants absorb water and minerals by the roots. Now 2 number, role of water and minerals in plants. You just see the point wise. 1 number point, plants absorbs water and minerals from the soil through roots, and roots have distinct zones. That means root hair, root cap and meristematic region. Root cap, you know that the tip portion of the root contain a cap-like structure which is called root cap. Just above the root cap, very fine hair-like structures come out from the roots and rootlets, which are called root hair. And meristematic region, that means the region which contains meristematic cells. And you know that meristematic cells have the capacity to divide continuously and helps to increase the diameter of the roots. Now 2 number, role of water. So plants absorb water and minerals. Now what are the importance of water and minerals? At first, role of water. You know that plants need water for photosynthesis. That means water is used as a raw material in the synthesis of glucose. Then 2 number, transpiration. Water is absorbed by the roots and maximum amount of water is lost from the plant body through stomata, mainly stomata, and some other parts also helps in transpiration, in the form of water vapor through the stomata, and the process is called transpiration. So what is the importance of transpiration? Transpiration helps in keeping the plant body cool. Number 1, transpiration keeps the plant body cool. Number 2, transpiration creates a suction force or suction pool which helps in absorption of water. That is why water, this is the function of water, that is transpiration, and through transpiration suction pool is created which helps in absorption of more and more water. Then mechanical function. When a cell absorb water, they become turgid, I mean fully extend, and the turgid cell provide mechanical strength to that particular part of plants. That is why water helps in providing mechanical strength to the plant parts. Then 4 number, stomatal movement. You know that stomata is surrounded by guard cells. Guard cells absorb water and become stomatal movement. Okay, you know that guard cells absorb water and become turgid, and when guard cells lose water, they become flaccid. So this turgidity and flaccidity of guard cells helps in opening and closing of stomata. Then transportation. Transportation, water is a suitable transport medium which causes transportation of substances in solution form from roots to upward parts of plant, that is towards the shoot. That is why it helps in transportation. Then role of minerals. Minerals act as building blocks for many compounds synthesized by plants. Some mineral elements in plants are required by the plants as constituents of cells and cell organelles, as well as synthesis of a variety of compounds. These mineral nutrients are absorbed by roots only, because minerals are absorbed from the soil by the roots, and these minerals are conducted all over the body of plant through water. So this is the function, function of role of water and minerals. Now 3 number, characteristics of roots for absorbing water. You know that the roots are provided with a large number of rootlets. Rootlets means branches of roots, and rootlets are provided with very thin hair-like structures, that is root hairs. So rootlets cover a large surface area. That means large surface area is covered by roots, which helps in absorbing large amount of water. That is why large surface area of root helps in large amount of absorption of large amount of water. Now thin cell wall of root hair. Root hair cells, the cells of root hair, they have very thin cell wall. You know that in plant cells, cell wall is the outermost covering, and next to cell wall, cell membrane is remaining there. Cell wall is very thin, and it is freely permeable in nature. That is why it allows all kinds of substances to pass through it. Then cell membrane is selectively permeable. You know that. That is why cell membrane allows water molecules to pass through it. That is why thin cell wall as well as cell membrane helps in absorption of water. Now higher concentration of cell sap. The concentration of cell sap is higher than the concentration of soil. That is why molecules move from lower concentration to higher concentration. That is why from soil particles, water moves towards the cell sap, towards the cell. So these three are the characteristics of roots. These three characteristics of roots helps in absorption of water from the soil. Now process related to absorption of water. There are different processes through which water is absorbed in the plant body. Number 1, imbibition, and the phenomenon by which dry cells or living cells absorb water. Dry or living cells absorb water is called imbibition. The phenomenon, the definition what is given here, I am going through. The phenomenon in which living or dead cells of plants in their dry or semi-dry state absorb water by surface tension is known as imbibition. Diffusion, you know it very well. Diffusion is a process in which movement of molecules occur from the region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. If I'm just giving an example, if you drop a crystal of potassium permanganate in still water, you will see that it dissolves in water and spread evenly. Here the molecules move from, the potassium permanganate molecules move towards the water molecules. That is why this process is called diffusion. Then osmosis. One diagram is given here. See the diagram. The left hand side here, plain water is there, and right hand side sugar solution is there. Now what happens during osmosis? Molecules move from lower concentration to higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, or you can give the definition in terms of solvent molecules.